scoring for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
A look at the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Gobert. And stolen by Williams. Lets the 3 fly. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And the quickness in transition. I mean, I like watching Williams convert in these situations.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch, and he acknowledged that they're facing one of the most dynamic players in the league in Gilgeous-Alexander. He said there's no way to defend him, that his speed and movement, we need to be ready to rotate and help on every possession. Still, he said they're all looking forward to the challenge.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
Oh, Randall put some extra on that slam, entertaining the fans and the broadcasters.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 4-point game, and he might not blow you away with numbers, but there's a reason why McDaniels is on the floor so often, Clark.
Hey, B.A., I love his versatility at both ends of the floor. He knows exactly what's needed from him by his team. He gives it to him. He doesn't need a lot of touches. He just plays the game. Love his motor, love his consistency. He is the epitome of a value-utility guy.
Now here's Randall. Lets it fly from 18. Williams grabs the board.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 for 3 so far. Gobert passes to McDaniels. Beyond the arc. Gets the 3 to fall.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make threes. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randall with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
Gilgeous-Alexander against DiVincenzo. And yep, it's good.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Williams against Randall. The fadeaway. The shot comes out.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter.
Excellent defensive instincts leading to the quick reaction.
And it's Randall with the jam.
In transition, Randall extremely mobile for a power forward.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside. But fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pure from three-point range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 now. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And also, I haven't seen a lot of resistance from the defense when it comes to limiting their points in transition.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
No coverage that time. Edwards got his second basket of the game.
I tell you what, Edwards has a really nice, smooth release, and that shot looked in the moment it left his hand.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. Outside, DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. For 3, DiVincenzo. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Offensive rebound. Williams passes to Williams. Holmgren with a screen on DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 6. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Sinks the tray. 11 points in the game.
Outside, inside, in between, it doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
It's Edwards on the wing. Dort defending. Edwards, the pass to Randall. Here's the three. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And what do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
Mike Conley out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's Shannon in at the three. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Now here's Alexander-Walker. Hartenstein pulls it in.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Here's Reid. The three is up. The shot no good. Caruso left side. And another miss by Oklahoma City. The Timberwolves trail. Alexander-Walker, the pass to Ingles. Outside Reid. A deep three. No good that time. Oklahoma City's gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Caruso against Ingles. Pass to Carlson. For three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Outside, Alexander-Walker. Launches a three. Hartenstein pulls it in. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 0 for 4 in the second quarter. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Here's Carlson. No points so far. Knocks down the triple.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Conley, trailing by 5. Reid for 3. Wallace pulls it in. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Minnesota has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Here's Alexander-Walker. Off target with the 3. Thunder leading by 8. Here's Joe. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
The kick out to Conley. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Here's Wallace. Knocks it down from distance. Wallace has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Alexander-Walker. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Hartenstein a screen. And here's Caruso outside. Oh, the Thunder, another 3.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Now here's Caruso. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. They get the rebound. Clock at 4. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Carlson can't get it to go. For Minnesota, they've gotten only 2 of 8 field goals to go in the second.
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
Man, you got to have some hang time to pull that off.
Yeah, to glide in and reverse it home like that, so sweet.
Reed, a screen on Caruso. Outside, Ingles. Let's go with a 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Drains the triple. Carlson's got 9 points in the quarter.
Boy, a big man with great touch from deep, always a valuable commodity in today's game.
Reed passes to Alexander Walker. The 3 is up. And Reed gets the 3. Reed's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Here's Carlson. Ingles defending. To the right side. Back to Wallace. Fires for 3. Alexander Walker grabs a board. Reed for 3. It's tipped. Here's Carlson, and here's Caruso outside. Buried from outside. Hold up. We're not going to halftime just yet. The officials signaling that they are going to take a look at this replay.
Yeah, the replay makes it obvious. I mean, he got that shot off in time. It should be an easy decision for the officials.
Well, I can't see how they'd come to any other conclusion. I mean, we have a good look at it on the replay. The clock's still ticking when it left his fingertips.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And on the floor for Mark Dagnall, starting the second half. Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at small forward. Williams from long range. Nails it from 3. Williams has got 9.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And, yeah, they're excited. And for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for. Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Pass to Dort. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, the guard instincts of Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
Here's Dort. And stolen by Edwards. Going all the way to the rack. To the left side wing. Randall finds Edwards. No good there. Some solid defense from Williams. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Holmgren with a screen on Gobert. The shot by Dort, no good. Timberwolves trail by 15. Dort with a steal. In transition, here they come. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. That one is off.
Not himself from range right now, but the only way out of this funk is to keep trying.
Edwards for 3. Anthony Edwards rains one in.
Edwards loves those long-range bombs. He's a confident shooter.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander knocks down the long J. 14 points for him.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Jacks up a 3. McDaniels can't hit. Thunder leading by 15. Randall with a steal. For three, DiVincenzo. He drops it from range. DiVincenzo's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year, already an elite shot blocker.
Randall, a screen on Dort. Dort with a steal. Who poked away. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul. And the Timberwolves going with a whole new group out there. So for Oklahoma City, Caruso outside. To the inside. Here's Carlson. The Thunder with another miss. Timberwolves trail by 12. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Brian, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie. Thanks. Minnesota's got 4 of 8 attempts to fall from deep here in the third quarter. Reed passes to Alexander Walker. Here's Shannon. The three. Buries it from 3. Shannon's got 5 points.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
Pass to Carlson. From behind the arc. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Alexander Walker. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Joe misses. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And Conley's the guy that leads by example. And as a result, his teammates respect and trust him completely.
Here's Alexander Walker. Minnesota again missing. Caruso outside. Up in time. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Oklahoma City finishing the quarter with an 8. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Oklahoma City leading by 8. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Joe Ingles is out there with Naz Reid. Then there's Mike Conley, and it's Shannon in at the 3. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on deep.
From deep, Conley. They grab their own miss. 3-pointer. And Shannon gets it to go.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
From outside the arc. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Ingles from outside. And the 3-pointer goes.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him at all times, or he will bury you.
Thunder with a lead. Wallace outside. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Reed. Now here's Alexander Walker. Here's Shannon from downtown. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
And the defense is looking almost lost on the perimeter. That opens up a quality 3-point shot, and he delivers.
Yeah, I think that might have been intentional. Perhaps was not an accident because he's typically not the guy that's taking that shot at this stage of the game.
And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul. So Oklahoma City ends up going with a new group. Timberwolves on D. Trailing by 5. Dort, the pass to Williams. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
The length of McDaniels, a big factor at both ends.
Pass to Gobert. Back to Edwards. Puts up a 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Back to Caruso. Takes a 3. Sinks it from distance. And the Thunder lead by 8.
An excellent job of taking what the defense is given.
Dort outside. 4-3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now. And he lobs it up top. Oh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And stolen by Edwards. DiVincenzo with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Back to DiVincenzo. Pass to Gobert. For 3, Randall. Another miss by Minnesota. Oklahoma City leading by 8. He launches a 3. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
And here's Edwards outside. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got rebound number 8 now. On the wing, Caruso. Back to Holmgren. Caruso, a screen on Gobert. Holmgren from deep.
Yeah, we saw the three-pointer from Holmgren in college, trying to carry that success here now over into the league.
Gobert passes to Randall. Pass to McDaniels. Randall, a screen on Caruso. Will it go? 6 to shoot. Here's Edwards. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little. And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too. And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Thunder.
And it was dueling three-pointers all night. A battle they won.
Both teams had the same plan. Win the game on the perimeter. So fun to watch.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Jalen Williams.
He didn't miss out on much of the action tonight. He was magnetized to the ball and did everything he could to contribute for his team on both ends of the floor.
Oh, had a nice open look right there.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Caruso outside. Edwards pulls it in. McDaniels from long range. And there's the foul. It's on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
And here's Caruso outside. And another 3 for Oklahoma City. And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one to walk into enemy territory.
is it for these teams to possess it?
Yeah, especially with the amount of injuries we see happen every season. It's so critical that teams have players that are ready to step up and produce and really allow you to not have to change the way you play.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Hauser in at the 3 spot. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Porzingis passes to Holiday. Back to Porzingis. Clock at 4. Fades and shoots. Rebound, Minnesota.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Randall from outside. And Gobert kicks to Edwards. Randall against Tatum. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randall.
There's one for the low light. Wow. I'm not sure who messed up the pass, but look, somebody did.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum, and he said, I told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls, and try to get a hand in his face. Now, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight. Guys?
Thank you, David.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards, and that one's on target from the wing.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And here's Tatum for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
McDaniels, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Hauser. Pass to White. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And Derek White, he's one of the most valuable guards, Richard, in the NBA.
White can play the one, he can shoot the ball, plus he is an all-league defender. So Derek White gives you everything you want in your backcourt.
Porzingis can't hit. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Offensive rebound. Now here's Randall. Fires from deep. Porzingis with the rebound. Outside Holiday. White wide open. He fires. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. 6 points for Derek White.
Knowing it's his responsibility to find open teammates. Holiday, nice job setting the table there. Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And here is Tatum. Following Julius Randle's 3. Tatum's shot is off.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Over in the corner, Edwards. From downtown, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
And that corner pocket triple, terrific shot by Edwards from deep.
It's White on the wing. Edwards defending. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. Lets it go from deep. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hauser misses. And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on an 11-3 run. Conley finds Gobert. Here's McDaniels. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics trail by 3. Outside Tatum. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Stolen by Tatum. It's White on the wing. Back to Tatum. Outside, White. Pass to Porzingis. 6 to shoot. Here's Hauser. Goes up on the wing. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Conley dishes to McDaniels. And here's Randall. It's Edwards on the wing. Spins. Now here's McDaniels. He gets it up. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And we also have seen them continue to fire from deep. With the results they're seeing, you can understand why.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Boston's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. DiVincenzo passes to Reed. Craig against Ingles. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Ingles has got the lead up to 5 now for the Timberwolves. Here's Pritchard, defended by DiVincenzo. Brown outside. And they're pushing it up. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. There's Brown with the 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
Here's Alexander Walker. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Pritchard passes to Craig. Hands it from downtown. Craig's got 6.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed if he can wind up that open from three-point range. I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Alexander Walker with the ball. He's covered by Brown. It's Brown on the wing. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Offensive rebound. Pass to Pritchard. A miss that time would have put him up. Minnesota in the lead. Shannon passes to Alexander Walker. That one also a miss for him, just like the other 3 attempts this game. Craig with it. They set the screen. Outside, Horford. Here's Pritchard, guarded by Reed. Lets the 3 fly. Traps in the tray. Pritchard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you know it takes skill for you to get your shot up over a bigger guy. Little giant killer. That's impressive stuff.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Here's Walsh. Scoreless thus far. Horford sets a screen for Craig. The Celtics need to get a shot off. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Craig pulls it in. Craig's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pritchard passes to Horford. 34 seconds left in the second quarter. There's the triple. Pritchard gets the bucket. Pritchard's got 6 points in the quarter. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. The Celtics with the lead.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, and you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
Brown outside. And the Celtics hit again from deep. 8 seconds left in the first half. And here's Reed. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Boston on top as they wrap up the second quarter on a 15-3 run. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Edwards with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
On the floor for Boston. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position.
Never giving up on the play. Edwards comes away with the hustle points.
Tatum against Randall. Tatum passes to Porzingis. The kick out to Tatum. Porzingis against Gobert. Fires for 3. And Porzingis gets the 3. Porzingis has got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Pass to Dillingham. Back to Gobert. Timberwolves passing it around. Tries again. He takes it in. And the layup good by Dillingham.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Tatum. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Had the space there, but it's offline. Timberwolves trail by 4.
And you watch Jason Tatum. Year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. White finds Porzingis, and Holiday has it in the corner. Fades. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
And that was a confident shot. Love when Edwards just rises up and fires off the dribble.
Hauser the pass to Holiday. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Holiday's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
Back, David, remember a couple of years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together. Holiday looking for an opening. Pass to Hauser. Shoots the three. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Celtics lead by 4.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Randall. 5 points in the game. Out to the right wing. Outside, White. Pass to Hauser. This one for 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert has got 11 rebounds in the game. Richard, the Celtics have been among the NBA's elites for quite a while now.
Well, they've been a title contender every year for almost a decade now. Even with several coaching changes over that time, they've been the model of consistency.
Here's Dillingham following the three-pointer by Boston. Jacks up a 3. And it's White with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And the foul called on Edwards. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. And some changes here for the Celtics. There's 42 seconds left in the third.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
.35 seconds left to play in the third. Wasted no time on that one. DiVincenzo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Brown feeling it out a bit. Launches a 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker on the wing. Up top, Reed, guarded by Horford. Now, here's Reed. Here's Alexander Walker. It's the buzzer! Wow!
Yeah, that's just an amazing play to get that ball off.
3/4 of play in a close game here. Boston on top, leading by just 2. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Dante DiVincenzo. Joe Ingles is out there with Naz Reid. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Shannon in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Craig kicks to Horford. Just 5 on the clock. Over Ingles. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Celtics lead by 4. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence.
Oh, wow! Oh, that was unbelievable!
Now that is a finish for the ages.
Oh, man. A 3 for DiVincenzo. Horford with the rebound. Celtics leading by 6. Brown outside.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Launches it. Pass to Walsh. 4 on the clock. The tray. Rebound, Minnesota. Reed's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
8 away. Another miss by Minnesota. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Timberwolves trail by 6. Ingles passes to Reed. Back to Ingles. Fires the 3. Sinks the triple.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Horford has a wide open look. Boston again missing. Let's go. And the basket by Ingles. Ingles has got 5 points in the quarter. Boston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Trey, good.
Oh, just a beautiful textbook bounce pass. You love to see it.
Picked him clean. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Craig sets a screen. On the wing, Brown. Defended by Alexander Walker. Pocket 6. Brown with a screen on Ingles. Pritchard misses the 3. Minnesota's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Reed the pass to Alexander Walker. Tries the spin move. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Reed kicks to Ingles from past the arc. And the 3 ball is good.
He can run hot or he can run cold, but no doubt about which way he's running tonight. There is steam coming off that bad boy.
Brown outside. It's holding by Shannon. The Timberwolves trail. Alexander Walker passes to DiVincenzo. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Edwards kicks to Randall. Out to Edwards. And stolen by White. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. It's money from deep.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Gobert with it. Picked up by Brown. Randall a screen on Brown. Shot by McDaniels. No good. And Boston has possession. Giving up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. They get it back. The deep 3 from Porzingis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Porzingis has got the lead up to 7 now for the Celtics. And here's Edwards from the arc. Rebound, Boston. Now Tatum fires from way outside. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. It's the Celtics picking up the win. Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
the floor, you can see each player preparing for the game ahead. From everyone here at 2. And Grant, having a lengthy bench, so important in the NBA.
It really is. I mean, there's always the risk of guys getting hurt throughout the season. So the teams know the value of having a very deep rotation, and they make the most of their bench, which is smart.
Looking at the starting 5 for Boston. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Hauser in at the 3, a small forward. Just 4 to shoot. For 3, Porzingis. That shot off.
And even though he couldn't send the shot back at him, he certainly altered it.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
And it's Holmgren missing. Here's Hauser. Williams defending. Hauser can't get it to go. Williams against White. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Love the focus here from SGA at the arc. He hates to waste those opportunities.
And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like BA, he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, a terrific big with skill, size, toughness. The sky is the limit for this guy.
Now here's Holmgren. Launches it. The rebound by Jason Tatum.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Hauser. This one for 3. Drills it from deep.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Puts up a deep 3. A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6.
Revenge. Alexander coming right back for 3 of his own.
White for 3. And the Celtics another 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Boston's gone 2 of 5 from deep. The deep 3 from Porzingis. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Thunder have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Williams misses. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Celtics. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Chet Holmgren makes up for his light frame with aggression. He said, quote, "You don't have to take a second look at me now to know that I'm not the biggest dude width-wise, so I have to hit first. Otherwise, the game's not going to go in my favor when things get physical," unquote. Brian, you agree?
I do, and you can tell he just refuses to back down, Allie. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. On target from range.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
And last season, Brett, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season.
Now here's Tatum. Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
White against Dort. Over White. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Outside Holiday. Fires the 3. The Thunder with the rebound. 55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Porzingis. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And a fast break now. Range from downtown.
Yeah, we saw the three-pointer from Holmgren in college, trying to carry that success here now over into the league. This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Williams a screen on Holiday. Williams with it. The 3-ball. Hauser grabs the board. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Porzingis with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander.
Cameron Williams. First personal foul. First team foul.
23 seconds left in the opening quarter. Holmgren against Porzingis. Pass to Holiday. Clock at 6.
And that's the kind of in-your-face defense that's setting the tone for SGA and the rest of this team.
Lets it go from deep. No good on the shot. And so the first quarter is in the books. Celtics out in front. They lead by 6. And the second. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
On the floor for Boston, Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. Connects from downtown.
That's pretty much not how they defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Here's Shireman. Horford against Hartenstein. And a miss there on the triple. Thunder trail by 3. Caruso outside. Pass to Carlson. Caruso, a screen on Horford. Carlson can't get it to go.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Fires the 3. Pritchard, no good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. And here's Caruso outside. Boston with a rebound. Here's Pritchard. Yes, great play by Horford to set him up. Pritchard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Pass to Pritchard. Tries again. It's rebounded by Carlson. Thunder trail by 3. Here's Joe. And another 3 for Oklahoma City. The Celtics have gone 1 for 6 in the second quarter. Not great. Here's Carlson. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Got a piece of it. From deep. Oklahoma City, the rebound. And here's Brown for 3. Boston again missing. The Thunder have gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Caruso with the bucket.
0 defense. You can't let a good shooter have a wide open 3.
Pass to Carlson. Takes the 3. Boston pulls it in. Now Brown. They need this. It's rebounded by Carlson. Carlson's got 4 rebounds now. And here's Caruso outside. Wallace outside. Here's Carlson. Misses the 3.
He's cold from distance here in the second quarter. May want to try a different approach moving forward.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Chet Holmgren said, quote, "It's exciting to have this sort of success early on because it's just rare for young teams. But at the same time, we cannot let it distract us from how much better we have to get. Hopefully we have a long runway together to figure things out. Brian?
A chance for great things, Allie. Thanks for that. Carlson. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Carlson's got his first 3 points of the game.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
56 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Carlson. Caruso, a screen on Craig. Carlson can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Pritchard. From outside, off the mark. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Carlson. Oh, hits the outside fadeaway. Carlson's got 5 points in the quarter. The Celtics shooting a low 28% so far in this one. They get it back.
Well done on the glass. Gets himself in position where he can use his size.
Puts up a deep 3. Rebound Boston. From the arc. He can't hit that time. Here's Shireman. And at the buzzer, count it.
Just textbook. Kept his cool and waited for his shot.
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, too, with some confidence.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Thunder out in front. They're up by 2. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You have to like what we're seeing from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
You know, I'm not really sure what defenders can do to slow him down. He's just too skilled.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
Inside, we got Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. Brent, how much importance do you put on coaching at the pro level?
Well, B.A., it's huge. And I think the best coaches in the league are the best relationship builders. And it's not about the tactics. Everybody's running the same plays and trying to take advantage of the same things. It really comes down to the connectivity between the coach and understanding each and every player you have on your team.
Here's Holmgren. Boston pulls it in. Hauser's got 4 rebounds now. Oklahoma City's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Here's Holmgren. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Well, Porzingis, the height, the reach, just overpowering.
So it's the Thunder now. 2-point game. Here's Holmgren. The rebound, Celtics. Tatum's got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside Holiday for the lead. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Grant, how about the rise of OKC in just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed?
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Williams against Tatum. Holmgren with a screen on Tatum. Williams from long range hits the trifecta. Williams has got 6 in the quarter.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
From deep. The shot by Holiday, no good.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
There's the triple. Boston, no good that time either. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Pass to Tatum. Outside Porzingis. Now here's Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist from Holiday. Porzingis has got 9 points.
Porzingis can knock him down from out there, just looking for some consistency.
Williams finds Williams.
Boston foul. Sam Hauser. First personal foul. First team foul.
A minute 50 left in the third quarter.
Good defense from Holiday. I like when he uses his speed on that end of the floor, making the release uncomfortable.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul of the game. A line change here for Oklahoma City. Here's Brown. The ball's knocked loose. And a fast break now for the Thunder. And here's Caruso outside. Gets the 3 ball to go. 9 points in the game. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come. And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Here's Pritchard. Offensive rebound. 1:02 left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Shireman. Offline with a 3. Oklahoma City trailing. Pass to Carlson. There's the 3. And Pritchard pulls it down.
Well, he's using the force, but in the worst way possible right now. He just needs to dial it back and look to work the ball around the floor to his teammates.
Craig finds Horford. Outside Craig.
Oklahoma City foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
That's good from Horford.
At the line for the Celtics. Al Horford.
Horford hits them both.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Caruso against Brown. The 3. And Pritchard pulls it down. 3-pointer. Oklahoma City grabs the miss. Hardenstein's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Got it off in time. No good. Would have counted had it gone. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. 3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. Boston leading by 3. On the court right now for the Celtics. They've got Jaylen Brown, Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Shireman in at the 2 spot. The 3 from Craig. Counted from distance. And the Celtics lead by 6. And Oklahoma City shooting only 29% in this one. Not great. Pass to Carlson. Beyond the arc. He buries it from 3.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
And here's Horford for 3. It's rebounded by Carlson. Carlson's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Joe. Clock at 6. To tie it up. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got 4 rebounds in the game. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone now. Pass to Pritchard. There's the triple. Fires in the triple. Thunder trail by 6. Here's Carlson. Hardenstein a screen. Carlson can't get it to go. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
What a performance for Beyond the Arc in this game. They stuck to their guns, and it's paid off all game.
We also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
A line change here for Oklahoma City. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holmgren. Tatum against Williams. 5 to shoot. The 3-ball. Tatum can't hit. Oklahoma City has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Williams' shot is good.
And I like when Williams works in these mid-range areas. I mean, such an impressive score.
Three-pointer, Holiday. And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Caruso, a screen on White. Puts up a 3. Williams, that's good. Now just a 2-point Celtic lead.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Tatum, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Holiday drives in. They kick it out to Porzingis. Fires for 3. Oh, the deep ball from Porzingis.
Porzingis wanting it and gets it.
And here's Caruso outside. Rebound Boston. Hauser's got 6 rebounds in the game. White on the wing. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Lou Dort. That's his first foul. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Hauser. Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Williams against Tatum. Pass to Brown. 6 to shoot. Tatum, a screen on Caruso. And here's Brown for 3. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Caruso misses. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Boston. Leading by 5. Rejected by Holmgren.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Porzingis with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. Here's Holiday. Boston, no good that time either.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. 1:05 left to play in the fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander going to celebrate that one.
And a fast break now for the Thunder to take the lead. Boston pulls it in.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game. This is what it's come down to.
Yes, indeed. A monster possession.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Pass to Williams. Holmgren with a screen on Tatum. Holmgren with it. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Holiday. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Looking to get back on track. The kick to Tatum. From deep. The offensive rebound. The 3 is up. Porzingis misses. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. And so it's Boston who scrapes by with the win. All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up. So alongside Grant.
they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And, Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point.
Always producing results. Gilgeous-Alexander has proven to be such a reliable scorer.
McDaniels from outside off the mark. Williams passes to Dort. Holmgren with a screen on McDaniel. Dort misses. And so it's Randle bringing it up now for Minnesota. McDaniels kicks to DiVincenzo. Good on the three-point shot.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pass to Williams. Now Chang for three. Randle with the block.
When Randle is engaged defensively, he can make some spectacular plays and really brings an intimidation factor to the game.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Outside Williams. From the arc. A three-pointer is right on target.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
From deep three-point territory, Dort misses.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Now Randle, after Lou Dort's three-pointer that didn't go. Gobert with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander.
Been fantastic at playing within himself on defense. Gilgeous-Alexander using his length well there to contest without foul.
Williams gets the bucket.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Second team foul.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Randle with a screen for McDaniel. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. McDaniel's got 5 now. Now Chang, three-pointer. It's hauled in by Edwards. To the middle. The Timberwolves working the ball around him. He was all alone on that one. McDaniel's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Timberwolves.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Williams for 3. Drills it from outside. He's got 9.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
Bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate lead.
You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you asked, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Minnesota leading by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Inside. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
That'll be a jump ball.
DiVincenzo finds McDaniel. DiVincenzo with it. He's got 5. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, you know what's going to happen when he gets a good look. The defense has got to run him off the line.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Gobert. Fires the 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. Randall outside.
Oklahoma City foul.
For Minnesota, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And Gobert drops them both.
And Gobert knows his role on this team. Rebound, block shots, and look to score near the basket.
Hits the three-point bomb. For 3, Edwards. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Dante DiVincenzo. He's been the guy. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
They've got Cason Wallace. He's out there with Isaiah Joe. Alex Caruso out there with Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Carlson in at the 4. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. And the defense of the Timberwolves, Stan, as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
6 on the shot clock. There's a good screen. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Minnesota's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Thunder have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Knocks down the 3 ball. Joe's got the lead up to 1 now for Oklahoma City.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the Reed.
Oklahoma City foul. Carlson. First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. It's Joe on the wing, defended by Alexander Walker. There's the 3. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Garza, no good.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots. Well, that's basically a warm-up 3 for him. The defense can't allow him that caliber of attempt.
Got that one up quick. Reed's got his first 3 points of the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a 3-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Minnesota's gone past the 3-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Dillingham, no good. And stolen by Dillingham. Reed. No good on the 3. The Thunder with the lead. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
Joe Good. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
There's 1:26 left in the first half of the game. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to Garza. From outside the arc, drills the three-pointer.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the three.
And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defender.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
Here's Shannon. He has yet to score. 41 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Now here's Reed. Defense is right there. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Trailing by 2. Connects from three-point range. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Pass to Garza. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Caruso looking for an opening. A three-pointer, no good. Takes it in. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Minnesota on top. They're up by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Jalen Williams getting it done today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. Pass to McDaniels. DiVincenzo with the screen on Williams. It's good from long range. McDaniels got 11 points.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
It's up a 3, and the Thunder another 3.
Nice find by Gilgeous-Alexander. He reads the floor so well.
DiVincenzo passes to Randall. Puts up a deep 3. DiVincenzo can't hit it. The Thunder leading by 5. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Of that attitude, going by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside. And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Gobert in the corner. 5 to shoot. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 13 points for Jaden McDaniel. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander hits it from three-point range.
On a dime. Shea got right where he wanted for that shot.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Here's Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's the three. Drains it from beyond the arc. DiVincenzo's got 11 points. Gilgeous-Alexander against DiVincenzo. Nobody near Williams. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. McDaniels with the ball. He's picked up by Holmgren. Randall outside. And the three off target. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Williams can't get it to go.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And that's a foul called on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there.
Substitution on the court.
52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Conley, the pass to Reed. Out to the wing. Three-pointer. Shot's good by Shannon. 5 points in the game.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
And here is Caruso. Nothing on the board. The Thunder with another miss. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Caruso against Conley. Pass to Shannon. Back to Conley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Shot clock at 5. Here's Reed. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Here's Caruso. And again, unable to change momentum. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
3-10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Wallace is out there with Isaiah Joe. Then it's Wiggins. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Caruso in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Stolen by Reed. Pass to Garza. To take the lead. Reed gets the bucket. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Minnesota?
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
Joe with it. Pass to Williams. Back to Joe. For the 3. It's hauled in by Shannon. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And it's off from three-point range. Oklahoma City trailing. They're running. It's tipped. Here's Joe. Back to Williams. 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Joe can't get it to go. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Pass to Garza. To the wing on the left. And the wide open shot from Reed. Offline with his 3.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Back to Wiggins. Hartenstein with the screen on Reed. A three-pointer. Wiggins, good on the triple. Wiggins has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Three-pointer, Randall. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives for the big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Williams can't get it to go. Minnesota in the lead. Holmgren with it. Picked up by Edwards. Holmgren dishes to Williams. Lets it go with the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Thunder.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
A nice shot by McDaniel.
And anytime you're on the road and you can answer with the 3 right back and take the lead, that is what we call being beyond clutch.
Williams against Randall, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. 2 teammates not on the same wavelength there.
And that's a foul called on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his second foul of the game.
13 foul.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Gobert finds McDaniel. Off target from 3-point range. Oklahoma City's got a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. The putback, great positioning on the putback. Williams has got it all tied up now for the Thunder.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He was just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard. And the 3-point shot really has been their best friend here tonight.
Well, it's one thing to hit 3s when it doesn't matter. It's another to do it in clutch time. Takes a special player.
Rando kicks to Edwards. To the wing right side. Just 5 to shoot. Deflects the pass. Holmgren with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. With that miss, he is now 4 for 7 from the field. Alexander Walker with the ball. He's picked up by Holmgren.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
Yes! And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Outside, Dort. Here's Caruso. For the win. A 3-pointer. Good. What a shot. But they may take a second to look at it. Boy, that was close. And the officials are headed to the scores table to review it.
Oh, amazing. Perfect timing there.
I can't believe it.
teams like these who can... really run their offense through their bigs.
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Conley and Ant are the 1 and the 2. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at small forward.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
And here's Conley. Inside. The kick out to Edwards. Jacks up a 3. Boston pulls it in. Outside White. Hits a three-pointer.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White, rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
McDaniels from long range. It's hauled in by White. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Doris, it's hard to pick one, but Derek White is in the running for best defensive guard.
It's so true, and what Derek White does perhaps better than any other guard is block shots. When we talk about top on-ball defenders, he's also on that list. You want to talk about somebody who can get in the passing lane and be disruptive. He's on that list. Truly can do it all.
And out of bounds. Boston will have it.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Clark is checked in for Mike Conley. Tatum finds Porzingis. Tatum a screen on Gobert. Lets the 3 fly. Porzingis misses. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Clark against Holiday. Here's Edwards. Tatum pulls it in. The Celtics have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Here's Hauser. Clark covers. He shoots. Hauser can't get it to go.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And Clark gets it to go on the assist by McDaniels.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Joe Mazzulla.
I asked him how Rudy Gobert alters their usual game plan. Coach acknowledged that he's a factor and said Rudy definitely demands more from us offensively. We have to be careful where we put our shooters with him waiting for swats. Coach thinks intelligent offense is what it takes to beat Gobert. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
What a response from Anthony Edwards. If you make a 3, he wants to come right back at you.
Left side Holiday. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Now here's Holiday. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. There's Tatum with the 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
What a weapon the 3 has become for Jason Tatum. Look out.
Randle, the pass to Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Now here's Holiday. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Over Clark. And the basket by Holiday. And it's Edwards with the ball for Minnesota. They trail by 3. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
Anthony Edwards getting into that pull-up game. Nicely done.
White with a screen on Gobert. For 3, Porzingis. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
34 seconds left in the first quarter. Hauser passes to Holiday. Pass to Hauser. 6 on the shot clock. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Fast break, Minnesota. And Edwards slams it in.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Gobert with a screen on White. Right side, Edwards. McDaniels from long range. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Timberwolves. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Peyton Pritchard is out there with Jaylen Brown. Then it's Xavier Tillman. Then it's Torrey Craig. And it's Horford in at the center position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Garza. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. The Celtics with the lead. Horford, a screen on DiVincenzo. Horford outside. Let's go with a 3. Garza grabs the board. Minnesota with the ball. Here's the 3. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. Boston has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. And we played through the first minute here in the second. Brown scanning the floor. 5 on the clock. Here's Pritchard. 3-pointer, no good. Minnesota has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Alexander Walker. He's scoreless. Nice open look, but it's no good. Reed brings the double. Craig finds Horford. Fires from deep. Kept alive. Over to the wing. There's the 3. Drops in the 3. Richard's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Here's Alexander Walker. Kept alive by Minnesota. And stolen by Brown. Fast break. Here come the Celtics from the arc. Craig on the wing. Lets it go from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
That three-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot.
Right side Reed. 4-3. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Pritchard. Screen by Horford. Craig passes to Horford. Fires the three. He can't get it to go.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, VA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Horford. With the fadeaway. No luck on that one.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Craig on the wing. 54 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Gets the three to fall. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Boston?
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Now here's Reed. The three is up. Garza's shot is good. Garza's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
A slam dunk by Reed. And now a three-point Minnesota lead.
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
Got it up. That shot is off. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's Minnesota. They're up by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
On the court for Minnesota. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the 1. Doris. Oh, Edwards soars in to finish the lob.
Anthony Edwards showing you, yes, I am a vertical threat at the rim.
Ooh, costly foul there. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws. Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, BA. At 7'2", it isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think, as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
Clark has checked in for Minnesota.
There's a reason people call Kristaps Porzingis the unicorn. A 7-foot big man, but boy, what a sweet shooter he is.
Now here's White. Outside Porzingis. Shoots it from the corner, and that's good for 2.
You have to know how to play pick and roll in today's NBA, and Porzingis has got great instincts of when to dive and when to fade.
Tatum from long range buries it from 3. Tatum's got 6 points. And what a wild one this has been.
8 lead changes, some big plays, and some big mistakes, too.
Minnesota again missing. The Celtics have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Drains the triple. And it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Edwards for 3. Anthony Edwards rains one in.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Tatum can't hit.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create.
Jason Tatum! Go up and get it!
Wow, how about the long arms and the timing of Jason Tatum on the alley-oop? Nice.
And Edwards puts up a deep three. White with a steal. From downtown, Hauser, that's good. Hauser's got his third bucket of the night.
Yeah, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Right around 3 minutes into this second half. And another 3 from Minnesota.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
Knocks it down from distance. Holiday's got 5.
Yes, showing off his competitive fire. Holiday was eager to get a 3 of his own.
Edwards for 3. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
The kick out to White from behind the arc. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
Yeah, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Tatum with room to shoot. And it's Boston scoring again.
Oh, my. You have to respect the aggressiveness he plays with. Ooh.
Outside McDaniels. From outside the arc. Sends it home from three-point land. McDaniels got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Randall against Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Minnesota has gone 4 of 9 from beyond the arc since the break. Randall, a screen on White. The kick out to Edwards. Randall on the screen. For the lead. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Tie game in Boston. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Torrey Craig out there with Xavier Tillman. Then it's Jaylen Brown. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Horford in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Boston 5. Pass to Alexander Walker. Brown with the steal. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Celtics lead by 4. Outside, Brown. Rebound, Minnesota. Ingles has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Alexander Walker. Connects from downtown.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Craig on the wing. Stolen by Ingles. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Reed. And that one drops. And it comes off an assist from Ingles. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Minnesota.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Pass to Garza. Back to Reed. Outside, Alexander Walker. 3 on the clock. Shoots a fadeaway. Reed can't hit.
No one near him on that one, and I'm not sure why he felt like he needed to fade away.
Outside Craig. On target from range. And the Celtics lead by 2. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession.
Boston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. And here's Brown for 3. Minnesota with a rebound.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
To the middle. And Horford powers it home.
Oh, you have to love Al Horford, prepared to deliver in the important moments.
Outside Reed. 3-pointer. Boston pulls it in. Horford's got 5 rebounds in the game. Screen by Horford. Brown passes to Horford. Outside, Brown. Back to Horford. Shoots over Ingles. And Horford gets it to go. Horford's got 4 points this quarter.
You have to contest shots no matter where Al Horford is on the floor. That time, he's working the mid-range. If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. So Boston going with almost an entirely new group here. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Horford. Jason Tatum comes in for Tillman. White, he's checked in for Craig. And Drew Holiday is subbed in for Pritchard. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Garza. McDaniels is checked in for Ingles. And it's Edwards in for DiVincenzo. Timberwolves trail by 9. Edwards for 3. Ooh, once again, off the mark by Minnesota. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Celtics.
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers. Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Pass to Holiday. This one for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
White for 3. Sinks it from distance. And the Celtics lead by 11.
With very little left on the clock, they've got a comfortable lead, and the fans are loving it.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
From deep three-point land. And again, Boston with the triple.
A sneaky good score. I don't know that you define Derek White as a scorer. He's sort of jack of all trades, but boy, he's cooking right now.
It's good. Boston on offense. They're on an 18-5 run. And it's Gobert with a rebound. McDaniels against Brown. White with the steal. Takes the 3. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A competitive game, you have to feel.
right, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Zhang is out there with Chet Holmgren. And it's Williams at the small forward position. Nice shot by Porzingis.
And with his size and ability to shoot from range, I'm not sure of many 7-footers with that shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Nailed from three-point land.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander, following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt, trains the three-pointer.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
Tatum against Zhang. Fades away. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And he's very confident from that range, but you can't make him all.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
For three, Williams. And it's rebounded by Drew Holiday.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
White, bounce pass. Knocked loose and stolen by Zhang. Takes the three. Williams with another miss. For Boston, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Porzingis with a screen on Dort. So off the run. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Thunder have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And here comes one, even the fast break.
And scanning the floor well. Porzingis all about finding open teammates when they've got a look.
For three, Williams. Again, Williams missing. The Celtics have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Here's Hauser. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Now here's White. Shoots over Dort.
Great read from Dort there. An intelligent player who hustles on defense and distracts shooting.
Another miss by Williams. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Boston. 4-point game. Porzingis finds Tatum.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. That free throw, no good.
Now look, from the moment he stepped into this league, Jason Tatum has been a difference maker. Every team in the league is looking for guys like him. Long, athletic, and most importantly, winners.
Now here's Williams. He's got 12. Bangs home the trifecta. Williams has got 15.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Here's Hauser. No scoring in this one. Out to White. The three. Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 6. Takes a three. Kept alive. Pass to Zhang. Williams with the ball. Holmgren sets the screen for Williams. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. He's got 18.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
And I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the three, but he just couldn't get it to go.
Shoots a fader. Porzingis with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Oklahoma City. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Oklahoma City?
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Alex Caruso. Isaiah Joe is out there with Wallace. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Carlson in at the 4. Davison can't hit. The Thunder leading by 6. Pass to Carlson. The 3. Rebound Boston.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Cornette. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Wallace down low. Hartenstein with the screen on Horford. Shot's good by Carlson.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Here's Pritchard. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Pritchard's got himself on the board with 3 there. Pass to Carlson. And it's blocked. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wemby's. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll now.
Now Wallace, following Al Horford's three-point attempt.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Here's Davison. Got a piece of it. Wallace looking for an opening. Pass to Carlson. Over Horford. Carlson can't hit.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Now here's Caruso. Hasn't made one yet. Shot's good by Carlson. Carlson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. No good on the triple. Boston's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Carlson can't hit. Celtics trail by 7. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. A 3-ball. Cornette can't get it to go. The Thunder shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped them from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Now, here's Brown. Shot clock at 6. His shot is good, making it a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Caruso, the pass to Carlson. A three-pointer off the mark.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, that's it right now. He's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Beyond the arc. And he's good on the three ball. Carlson's got 9 points.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
They've been able to attack the defense before they get set, really making the most of their fast break opportunities.
But we come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Horford has a wide-open look. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Up in time. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We'll return shortly. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. One of the stories here, Jalen Williams getting it done today.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Hauser in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5. Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And, Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
And the shot goes in. And that's 20 points here for Jalen Williams.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And the basket by Hauser.
And that's on the defense there. Gotta know the scouting report and understand that he loves his shot.
Williams finds Holmgren. Outside Williams. Off target with his 3. Celtics trail by 4. Tatum looking around. That 3 off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Williams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist in this one. And here's Porzingis for a 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Williams for 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Tatum for 3. They get the rebound over to the left wing. Here's Hauser. The kick out to Holiday. Tatum against Williams. Pass to White. Tries yet again. Boston again missing.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Williams outside. Williams missing again.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Now Now here is Holiday. Still yet to score. Boston again missing.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Outside Williams. Another miss by Williams. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Fires the three. Wow! Tatum stretching his range.
How about that extended range from Tatum? It's an absolute bomb.
Outside Williams. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
3 points.
Williams has got a pair of threes now here in the third for Oklahoma City. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Releases. Porzingis can't hit.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
The offensive rebound. The kick out to Williams. The three ball. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Jacks up a three. And again, Boston with the triple.
And great to see Porzingis share the ball. A great decision from the lobby.
Holmgren the pass to Williams. Holmgren dishes to Williams. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Williams a screen on Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Celtics trail by 4. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the three. And Williams gets it to go on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got assist number 5 here tonight. The Celtics shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Tatum wide open. He fires one. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And so it's Jalen Williams making things happen for the Thunder. He has been. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And Oklahoma City, look at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Chet Holmgren out there with Chang, and it's Williams at the small forward. On the wing, Williams. Here's the three, and again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. And Cornette gets it to go.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
Carlson can't hit. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Pritchard. Over in the corner, Brown. And there's the foul. Going Alex Caruso. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. It's Brown on the wing. Defended by Caruso. Davison can't hit.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
Caruso, no good. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Horford from outside. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. The Thunder leading by 4. Here's Carlson. The Thunder with another miss.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
Horford, no luck. The Thunder have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Here's Cornette. Takes a 3. And it's Horford again missing.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Here's Carlson. Nailed from three-point land. And the Thunder lead by 7.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
The offensive instinct of Horford, he knows exactly where to be, gets the pass, and gets it to go.
That's good by Carlson.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Pick by Horford. Here's Cornette. No good with the triple.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
They grab their own miss. Shoots the three. Carlson can't hit. Celtics trail by 7. And here's Brown outside. Rebounded by Joe. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
Gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Now here's Williams. That's the three fly. The Thunder with another miss. The Celtics shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executed. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Outside, White. 1:27 left to play in the final quarter. Lock at 6. It's to Porzingis. There's the triple, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot before second violation. Brown is checked in for the Celtics. The Thunder leading by 7. Outside Williams. A fader. Boston grabs the miss.
Another missed three, and he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
Snatched up. Right the pass to Brown. 6 to shoot. Over Williams. Good D by Williams.
And he felt like he needed a little bit more space with the fade to get off the shot, but that might have been what threw him off and made him miss.
Pass to White. It's deflected. Williams with the steal. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth. Good on the three-point shot. Williams has got the lead up to 10 now for the Thunder.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Puts up a deep three. And it's White with the rebound. It's stolen by Dort. And now Williams running the floor. Oh, he's a high flyer!
Ooh, that was nasty.
That's just filthy.
Stolen by Holiday. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They